Good morning, children. Today we will learn about modals. We have already learned and practiced the basic concepts through different kinds of worksheets during our session. And today let us have a briefing up of the same thing through this one. So, modals. What are exactly modals are? Modals are special verbs. They reflect the speaker's mode of speaking. Modals are used to give a special effect to language. So basically what modals are, they are the verbs which are used to create an impact in our speaking skills. So basically when we suggest something, when we request somebody something, when we try to advise something to someone, so the words, the terms which we use, which we tend to use to create an impact so that the listener can sympathize with us, such words in English grammar are termed as modals, and they can be used for asking, for seeking permission, or to make any request, or to show our own ability. So in a plentiful of ways these are used, and let us go in brief through all this. See, they are used when the speaker wants to be extra polite or tactful or determined. These special verbs are called modals, and modals are will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, ought to, must, dare, need, have to, used to. Will, would, shall, should, can, could. So when we use the present tense, we use will, and in past it becomes would, and so on. Similarly is the case with can. And can shows the ability and also gives a request, for can be used for request also. Let us go through this chart that has been provided with all the bifurcation and classification. Modals can be classified in the following manner. So, they have classified the modals into 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 ways. First one, ability, which shows the ability. For showing ability, which words do we use? Can or could. I can complete the homework by evening. So that is reflecting my ability. I can pick up this heavy load very easily. That also reflects my ability. So to show the ability, we use can or could. Could you please finish this work for me before an hour? That shows that I'm asking for showing your ability. Could. Next comes permission, necessity, obligation, compulsion. And for these, all these, what do we use? We can use may, can, must, should, have to, need to, ought to. Ought to, generally it's used in a very rare case, and ought to shows a compulsion, complete compulsion. You ought to finish your homework within an hour. Means there is no way out. You have to do it somehow, anyhow. So that is ought to, a compulsion. It creates a compulsion. And the rest of the things may, can, for permission. May I come in? The most general usage in the life of a student. May I come in? May I get in? So that is seeking permission. Next, request or offers. For this also, for making any request or making any offer, we can use can, could, shall, should, may, might. For example, for request, making request, how can we use a can? Can I please borrow your pen? Okay. So that is can is used as a request. So can, this word can be used as in the form of a request, or for seeking permission also can is used, and even for showing the ability can is used. So a single word is used in so many different ways. Next comes the probability or the likelihood. Probability means almost the possibility. Will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might. Probability. It might rain today. So it's showing a possibility. There is a probability that it might rain. Rain may happen. So that's the usage of probability. Last one, conditionals. When we apply a condition, if, unless, plus past participle, plus could, should, would, or might.